It's Week 16 of the National Football League. And we have Taron Johnson, who's now up to 30 tackles so far this season. It's the Bills and the Steelers under the lights on Sunday night.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Highmark Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York.
Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between. He is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. From the gun, a give to Davis. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
So the shotgun snap to Allen.
That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Hamler, the motion man left. Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Allen now looks to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Allen now on 3rd and goal. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown, Bills.
Dalton Kincaid.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bills put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And a gadget play gets him into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time.
They'll be led out by their new quarterback, first-year signal caller, out of South Carolina.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The ball under 32, it's 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Hayes.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. He's to the 15.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Calvin Austin, 68 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been a real threat in the red zone and beyond. As you take a look at the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns by a QB, you'll notice he's worked his way into the top 5 at this point in the season.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Well, look at the numbers for Coleman in last week's game. 5 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses have better focus on.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. On play action, Allen. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Defense.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Allen. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. You look at this Steeler defense,
and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Skoranek, the man in motion.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
This 2nd and 4. Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Bills, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just one or two receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
First down, Pittsburgh.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. From the gun, it's Allen.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. KJ Hamler, the intended receiver.
And it's third down.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
The Bills at 9-5 now on the year, and they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 45-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Gore, handoff left. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
56. Second and 9.
Here's Allen.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Alert! Hey, home. Middle.
Hamler, the motion man left. They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Allen going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff and look to throw.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Stop. What's that?
A give left for Gore. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there.
His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills have retaken the lead.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that one a long 11-play drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And his numbers this year have been eye-popping in a lot of categories. In one area that stands out, he's the NFL leader in rushing touchdowns by a quarterback here in the latter part of the season.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted them. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. And this really is a good defense because what they've done is focus on stopping the running game and being physical against it.
And the numbers, they really bear that out. They're currently 5th in the National Football League in rushing defense. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Allen. And that is incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Allen. They go with a screen to Gore. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Hayes. And a completion to Wilson. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 41-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Hayes. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
This one deep for Wilson.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. And here come the Bills. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Flushed out right. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 17-14. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And the Bills getting set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gore. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
To throw, it's Allen.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Allen to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing to start the drive. Hayes
got his man. It's Warren.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
My, if maybe that ball is 2 yards shorter, it's going to give them the lead because you have a receiver running free there. That's a tough one to miss on.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Looking to throw. Hayes
setting up the screen. Harris.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take down from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
A final shot before break. Hayes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where you see the final score there. Patrick Mahomes, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans are not going down without a fight as they pick up their 5th win of the year with 2 games remaining on the schedule. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Bo Melton, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. The Bills were led in the first half by their all-world quarterback, Josh Allen. He's got 2 touchdown passes already, but he's also thrown 2 interceptions. So it was feast or famine whenever his guys had the football. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Back to throw. Hayes. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Operating from the gun. Hayes.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away.
This is taken at the 23. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Bills offense and their running back Ray Davis ready to take over once more. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
To the air, Allen. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Allen drops it underneath to Gore. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
From the pistol, it's Gore. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's the 2nd and 9.
From midfield, here's Allen.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Throwing to start the drive. Hayes going to look deep for Wilson. And got his man complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
A handoff for Warren.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun. Hayes looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within a point.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. Throwing now is Allen. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him. And he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. A throw left side, hold in by Hamler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A first down carry for Davis.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's another Bills.
It's Davis on the counter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They go again with Davis. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 26.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
On the handoff, it's Gore. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Sean McDermott didn't hesitate. They'll go for it on 4th. Allen will look to throw for it on 4th. That's to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. They'll run wide side. Davis. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Buffalo. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. The Bills on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Allen now looks to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They'll try and run for it with Davis. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Another try for Davis. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Ray Davis.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Bills get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
They were able to stop him at the line on 1st down, but this time he punches his way through.
And sometimes just because you're stopped on the first run, it doesn't mean the play call was bad or incorrect. You might just need better execution and just a tad more determination. And they got it done on the 2nd try.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On the give, this is Harris. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hayes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Hayes. And this is caught inside the 5. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 37 yards.
And the Steelers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
If you've been waiting all day for Sunday night, it's been worth the wait. All tied here in the 4th as the kick is away. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Well, so much for the worry about how they would be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. 2nd and 10.
Josh Macella's on the coverage.
Allen. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's good for a Buffalo Bills.
Allen going to throw.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Bills passing game, getting them down the field. They've got another first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead.
And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 15.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in each game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
On the give, it's Warren.
3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hayes. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
At the Steelers' 45-yard line.
All 52. Alert, alert, alert. Look out.
Now a handoff for Gore. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here.
Here's Allen. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
The numbers throwing the ball have been great. He's up over 300 yards now for the game.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing, Allen.
On 1st down, it's Gore. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6.
Half 85, half 85. Out, middle, alert.
To throw is Allen.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
A 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance of the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
So now the Steelers down by a field goal, a little under a minute to go. He'll look to throw.
That's going to be caught. It's Austin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He's back to throw.
Austin is there and brings in another one.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
With no timeouts left, that's a dangerous proposition working the middle of the field. Fortunately for them, that one fell incomplete.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Pressure kick, and I thought he was going to hit it. I thought we were destined for overtime, but not the case.
Not at all, and they were already planning for the overtime you just mentioned, already saying, okay, what are we going to do if we get the ball? What happens on defense? Instead of that celebration and that little bit of euphoria, it turned into letdown city.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done. A narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Buffalo, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a bad time of year to take a loss like this as they drop to 10-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.